We're back for another episode of
BarTalk.
Thank you, Tracy.
Ooh, my headsets are so loud for some reason. So, like, I heard that in my ears. It was really weird. I kind of don't like me doing ASMR.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
We're very soon into this podcast. Don't be weird.
Okay, so wait a second. Let's figure this out. If we are here now doing this podcast now,
yes,
does that mean that the next podcast we do?
Hold on, put the mic a little away from you.
Is we're gonna be having
cabin.
Going in a cabin.
No. The one after that will be in a cabin.
So in 2 weeks we'll be in a cabin.
We're taking a getaway.
Yeah, we're doing a getaway.
We're doing a getaway because we are crumbling at the seams.
As you've heard for the last couple weeks.
And so, yeah, I feel like this is a trend every episode. We're just like, it's getting worse.
No, honestly, we're so good.
We're good.
We're so good. We found a really cute Airbnb in, where is it? Elijah? How do you say it?
LJ,
mm-hmm. Georgia. Mm-hmm. And we're going away for a couple of days. So it's going to be really cool.
It has a hot tub and hiking trails, and they're probably going to make me run one day, but we're only running one day. I can't.
Literally, we don't have to run.
Oh, thank God. And then Alana, who's coming with us, is going to bring yoga mats. We're making you do yoga, bitch.
Oh, God.
Dude, we're zenning out. We're going to cook food. We're going to go into town. We're going to eat ramen and drink coffee.
Okay, I'm down for all of that.
It's going to be so fun. We're going to build a fire.
The yoga, I might have a little bit of a struggle with.
We're doing it. We'll do it like post. Oh, we're going to find a lake. I want to find a lake and cold plunge.
Oh, okay. I'm down with that.
Yes.
I'm down with that.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
And then we're
basically like in the woods, and we're totally away from everything. So I'm pretty sure it's like by itself. It's a little cabin. It's got its own private hot tub. You know, it's a little Airbnb situation. So we're going to go off the grid. We're going to turn our phones off. All that jazz. Is this really bad?
I don't know why.
Sorry, I don't know.
Your microphone wants to just keep it super
Maybe
away
I'm just
from
fucking.
You.
Yeah, I don't know.
This computer for some reason it picks it up weird.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So today we did a Q&A situation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a couple questions that are like fitness related, and also a couple questions that are not fitness related. Are all of yours fitness related?
2 of them are.
2 of them are.
I have like 4 good questions.
Okay. Well,
do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I don't know. Do you want to start with a fitness related question or not?
Let's start with fitness. Also, sorry, you guys, I'm a little bit like discombobulated right now just because our microphone situation is really weird. I don't know why Tracy's microphone just seems to be picking up a lot, but it's fine because that gives her more work to do post cut.
I love when my life is so much harder.
I promise I'm here. I'm just like looking at the microphone sound picking up, and it's like
it's off the wall.
It's off the wall. So I'm trying to keep the microphone 20 million feet away from my face. Tracy's just loud, so she could keep it across the room.
I know. I could have it so far away and still scream, and people would be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do one first if you want.
Yeah, let's go.
So Q&A, let's get at it. So the first one, I put up a couple different like questionnaire things. They were ask us our opinions about random and fun, business related, and then just because why don't we get enough sleep, just because. So ask us our opinions about, we were just talking about this. Somebody said 75 hard. Ask us our opinions about 75 hard.
Okay.
All right, you go first.
My opinion, I had a client that did 75 hard. My opinion about 75 hard is whatever gets you to do something active. Whatever helps you get to where you need to go, I don't care. I think that 75 hard is a little extreme. I don't need to do something like that. I already kind of live a 75 hard.
I was literally just about to say that.
Honestly,
you basically live 75 hard without trying.
I live like 85 hard.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So 75 hard.
365 hard.
Who created 75 hard? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember. God, why can't I think of his name?
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So 75 hard is essentially for 75 days. You have to follow all of these rules. You have to have a gallon of water, take a photo, do 2 workouts. They have to be half an hour in duration. One of them has to be outside.
One workout has to be like mobility related, I think, like yoga, Pilates.
One of them, I think, or something, or it has to be outside. Something like it's something weird, either mobility related or outside. And what else? You have to follow some sort of diet. Doesn't matter what. It just has to be like some sort of diet, and you have to read 10 pages of a book every single day. And
Andy how do you say his last name? Frizella?
Oh,
it says
Frizella, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. He has his own supplement line, First Form supplements. Yep. And I don't know. I mean, I think that a lot of people have made progress on it because it just allows them to, I think really what it does is it breaks the mold of whatever routine you were in that's not great. And it forces you full send into this new routine to potentially meet some goal that you have, either health, fitness related, or maybe emotionally or mentally. You just want to challenge yourself. So I don't really like it. I think it's too extreme for most clients to just full swing into something like that. But there are some clients that need just to full swing into something like that. So
Yeah, I agree with literally all of that. It's definitely not for me because I think it's a little extreme because of the amount of like steps that it takes to like do 75 hard. But a lot of people need a community and they can't find a community within like the gym that they're in. And it's like millions of people do the 75 hard. We were literally just talking about this before the podcast. Millions of people do 75 hard. There's like an app now. It used to be a book, but now it's an app. So like you pay $5 for the app and you're like with all of these different people and they all post their progress pics and it's like a blog and they give you workouts to do. And so you have something in common with the rest of the world that's doing it. So it's, some people like it and it works for some people. But like you said, as long as it's something to keep you consistent, do whatever the fuck you got to do. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's my thoughts on
Better
it.
than 75 soft.
Exactly. Better than 75 soft. Are you the one?
Oh, I have a question, not fitness related,
Oh, okay.
from my sister. Shout out to you.
Ooh.
How are you and Trass different? Okay. How are we the same is the real question. And what different skills do you bring to the gym and podcast?
Ooh, I like that question.
I feel like
How
we're,
are we different? That was the first question?
yeah, we are the yin and yang of one another.
Literally.
Trying to answer this question.
I just had to like take a hard thought.
There's a
Because there's a lot.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, I'm definitely, just how are we different in general?
How are we different? And then how do our differences filter out into the gym and
Okay.
into the podcast?
Well, that's
And
very
how do
fitting
they,
for our
what,
jobs.
what skills do each of our differences bring? Because obviously,
Yeah.
where you are lacking, I have, and where I am totally lacking, you have.
Well, I think that like differences, like, see, it's kind of hard because like differences, okay, I would say that I'm definitely more of like the sporadic type and she's more the put together type, right?
You would say.
You would say.
You would say.
Which is funny because of literally the jobs. Like I teach a group full of people that hang on rigs and equipment and can't just fucking run. They have to be doing something while they run because we're all ADHD as fuck and
Yeah.
need something to do. So it's pretty ironic it's not ironic at all that that's what I coach. And also, like, our jobs are different, too, because I am more on, like, the artsy side and she's on the business side of things, you know? So, like, that's kind of, like, how our brains work. Like, my brain does work in the business sense, but it's always working in the creative business sense, where Abigail, whenever she thinks about stuff, she's super strategic, specifically for the amount of money that she's making. And I'm thinking of it as far as, like, how to pull people in, where people's brains are thinking, or, like, the dimensions of how people are going to look at stuff rather than the business side of it.
I think I'm just more analytical.
Yeah.
And you're more head in the clouds, but in a great way. Like, I'm very analytical.
Definitely in the clouds at all times.
Like, if Drew and I and you were to have a meeting about something, we would be having a meeting about the same topic, but talk about completely different things. I'm throwing
100%.
legitimate numbers at him. I'm figuring out timelines for when we're going to get equipment into the gym. And you're thinking about how you're going to market it, how you want to decorate it,
Right, exactly.
how you want, like, your vision.
like the creative sense of like the full-blown vision. And
Yes.
we're also we both plan for the future, but like creatively and analytically.
Yeah, so I'm thinking long term where I want to be on it's just very strategic. And I have like day-to-day actual things that I'm doing to get there. And Tracy, your brain, I feel, is
Very
you think about the vision and you
just knock your shit out.
My headphones
I think about the vision and she doesn't.
My headphones are gone. My headphones are gone.
No, I think...
I think about we just think about it in different ways. Like, the things that we envision look different.
Yeah. And, like, and it's such a weird... It's, like, such a weird question, too, because we both think we're on the same page with everything. We're just on the same page in different ways.
I think that I stay more focused.
Like, we're on the train tracks, but we're the different pieces of the
I'd say, okay, personality-wise, I think that I'm more focused.
Yeah,
I think that I'm a little bit more brainy in terms of just I like to like get into the nitty-gritty of everything that I do. I think that you're more creative.
I'm more creative.
I think that you're more spontaneous.
And yeah,
I think that you're more fun than me.
I was just about to say,
I ain't gonna say that, but I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. Like Abigail would rather sit there and study all day, and I'm like, let's go out with the team and have a great time and learn how to bond. But then again, that like ties into the whole creative sense. Like I enjoy people watching to see like how they're going to respond to certain things because that's my marketing brain. You're just like, I need to get people in the door for business.
See, no, I want to know. See, I'm gonna study all day on people's brains and the psychology of people, so that when I interact with them.
I know
exactly how I should be.
In a fucking book.
Yeah, I know exactly how I should be interacting with people.
What was the second part of the question? What we bring to
what are the different skills? So I think we kind of got into that, which is that Tracy will look at everything very creatively. She's looking at how are we going to make this an environment that people really love and enjoy. It's a feeling. Like she wants to evoke a feeling, and so she's looking at the creative side of it. I want the gym to look a certain way, feel a certain way. I want certain music in here. I want the videos that you post. You're looking at certain audiences. You know, that's the way you think about things. The way I think about things is I want to evoke the best experience via knowledge, which is like, we're going to have the best equipment. We're going to have the best.
God. I was just fucking thinking that. So, like, you remember you said you were just like Drew? Dude, okay, so this is a perfect example. She's literally just like Drew. Drew's our boss.
Don't say that.
Well, okay, you literally just said it, so listen. So, the other day, we have this back room that's getting transformed, and it has to get painted. So, Drew wants to think about the equipment that goes in there, a.k.a. Drew's Abigail right now. We're, like, changing hands, but this is a perfect example. So, Drew calls me, and he's like, what do you think should go in there? And instead of talking about equipment, I was like, the left side of the room needs to be gray, and the right side of the room needs to be black. And he was like, no, I meant equipment. And I was like, but you're painting the walls, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, make sure the back side of the room is black because it's going to give the room depth. So when you walk in, it's going to look a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And the painters got there the next day, and Drew's there like planning out all of the equipment. And he calls me and he's like, so this side's going to be black, right? And I was like, no, it has to be the opposite way around. And then as soon as one of the group fitness instructors went in there, they were like, oh my God, the room's so big. And I literally tapped Drew on the shoulder. I was like, see, I told you.
See, and that's the difference between her and I. I'm looking at like what equipment should be in there to have the best experience for my athletes. I want the most knowledge. I want to hire the best trainers so that if I'm running some youth athlete program, I have the best trainers coaching these kid athletes. You know, I am the like, let's do all the nerd stuff to evoke the best experience, and Tracy is let's do all the creative stuff to evoke the best experience.
To keep people there and have a good experience.
But ultimately we want to create a good experience for everybody that we bring in. So
same goes with the podcast.
Same goes with podcasts.
Exactly.
Like I have to harp on her for a reel, and she won't do them for 5 episodes, but then 5 episodes later she has like 20 reels coming out.
Just like bing, bing, bing,
and I'm like, okay, well, that kind of works. It's not exactly. It's not exactly what I wanted. It's not exactly.
They're good.
That's not exactly what I was thinking. But they're better than I would do. So thank you either way.
That's funny.
And
that's a good question.
Yeah, and so like I'm thinking about like episode topics and how long the episode should be and things like that. And she's like, let's look at the thumbnail, and like this is the backdrop we need, but we need all of that.
This is why people are gonna listen to it.
Yeah, but we need all of that. But it's just that's how our brains work.
Yeah,
that was a long answer, but
damn, that was a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let's do one. Okay, this one's a fun one.
Okay.
It's, what is the weirdest sport you have ever heard of? I know mine.
Oh my God, the slap thing.
Oh, the slap people in the faces thing? I just saw that for the first time on TikTok the other day. What is that? Is it new?
Yeah, it's part of the UFC. Dana White wants to add it, and it's not great. I mean, like I can see how it would be a fun, cool thing.
So
but
literally
it's
people just stand across from each other and they slap each other in the face.
Yeah, it just makes the UFC look like shit.
But like, what's the point?
Entertainment, the point that people watch people fighting people. The same reason that people would go and want to watch on Saturday night a bunch of people beat the shit out of each other.
But all they're doing is slapping each other in the face.
Well, you could argue that all these other guys are doing is punching each other in the face and choking each other.
Oh, man. Okay, well, mine is, because this is a real thing, this is also on My Strange Addiction.
Oh, I know.
The
Weird
horse scalloping. Have you ever seen that? When people take the horse... Remember when we were a kid, did you ever have a horse head on a stick?
Yeah.
Okay, people do that for fun.
No.
Even though people do it for competition.
No.
Yes.
You know the beer mile is now an actual sport? And they broke the 4 fucking minute mark for a mile.
Saw it.
That is...
We're hosting a beer mile at Momentum, by the way.
I will not be doing that.
Why?
Ew.
It's going to be a relay.
I'm going to throw up.
That's the whole point. That's literally the whole point.
Okay.
It's going to be awesome. There's going to be trash cans everywhere.
You guys wanted to know the difference between me and Trass. This is exactly it.
It's going to be so much fun.
That's terrible.
Okay.
On a fundamental level, this is the difference between Trass and me.
I think it's so
Trass
much
and
fun.
Sorry.
I hate beer and I'll still fucking do it. Okay, you go.
All right. So, nerd question, carb cycling. Beneficial or similar results sticking to the same macros daily? So... This is also the difference between me and Trass. She's like, I can't even speak on this. I just eat when I eat.
No.
Carb cycling, I think, is great for somebody who really has very serious aesthetic goals. So somebody like a bodybuilder.
I was just about to say, it depends on what you're doing.
That's where, I mean, if you just want to look hot, carb cycling can be helpful. But I feel like tracking in and of itself is already a complex and potentially strenuous and stressful task for a lot of my clients, and not many people do it accurately to begin with. So for most of the people who are listening to this, carb cycling is not something that I would recommend, because it's just a lot more to focus on. Where carb cycling can be beneficial is if you have a if you have a body part in particular that you want to bring up, but you're still trying to track your macros and you're trying to hit certain calorie goals overall for the week or each day, you can take potentially some carbohydrates from, like, let's say I want to grow my legs, from my upper body days, and I'll throw them into my lower body days so that overall my calories stay the same, but I have more carbs going to the day that I train legs. But then you get into the minutia of, well, do you tend to respond better when you have carbohydrates the night prior to leg day? What time do you train leg day? Do you train in the morning? Okay, then maybe you want to have carbs in the morning. Do you respond better to having carbohydrates post leg workout? Okay, so then maybe you train in the morning, then you want carbohydrates on the actual leg day in and of itself. Maybe you train in the afternoon, so then maybe your carbs will be in the morning. Or it's like,
it's just too much to think about.
There's a lot that goes into.
I was gonna say, like, some endurance do that, like, on accident, because they'll, like, carb load 2 days before their max run, but, like, you're kind of doing it on accident because you're loading to be able to use those carbs for your run, but then you actually don't eat enough on the days that you run, so realistically you're still in a deficit, so it never helps. So then people just eat carbs.
Yeah, I think
it just gets to be too much.
I think that if you are embarking on very serious athletic endeavors or aesthetic endeavors, then you can look into carb cycling, but for the most part, just get to a place where you can track your protein and your fats and your carbs fairly reasonably and accurately, and find what works for you.
Yeah, I agree.
I used to do I used to undulate my carbohydrates, and it would help me on bulks, because I felt like it doesn't necessarily do much for your where it's like it keeps your metabolism kicking. It doesn't really do much for that, but it does help you with the perception that you are not eating a frick ton of food every day. So when I'm bulking, it felt nice that some days I didn't have to eat that much, and then some days I'm eating more.
Others. Yeah.
And yes, I felt that the perception that my metabolism was doing more work, and the undulating was helping with that, I think helped me.
Are you still intermittent fasting?
No.
No?
Not on purpose.
I meant to ask you that the other day.
Not on purpose. No. I never really intermittent fasted on purpose. I would just fast for a day, just because there were days that I liked to fast. But no, I can't do that.
Psychopath, man. I could eat all day, every day. I just literally choose not to. Like, I'm always fucking hungry.
Okay.
Let's say, okay, so, shit. I was going to say, in tune with that, this one says cheat days or cheat a little every day, ? It says cheat days, ? Or cheat a little every day.
I'm over the cheat day trend.
Yeah.
Quit calling it cheating. And just fucking eat a cookie if you want a cookie. Or don't eat a fucking cookie if you don't want a cookie.
Cheat day makes it sound like you have to wait like an absorbent amount of time, and then on your cheat day you literally eat your entire week's worth of calories, and then it doesn't even end up being a cheat day. It ends up derailing your whole fucking week.
Yeah, to me a cheat day or a cheat meal or a cheat whatever is like most people's way to justify their very, very unhealthy relationship with food.
Yeah.
Which is not okay. I think that you should just, if you want to eat a freaking cupcake or a cookie, you find a time. Hold on. You find a time in your week that most appropriately can fit that in. And you eat a fucking cookie.
Yeah, but it's not even about like finding the time. It's kind of like, it's one of those things where you where you tell somebody that you can't, and then when you can, they're ravenous on whatever. Well, I can't fucking talk on whatever they're doing. It's like, okay, so you don't have a cupcake all fucking week, and you know that you can have one on Saturday. So on Saturday, instead of having one cupcake, you end up having 3 because you're fucking depriving yourself. Like, if you're in the fucking grocery store and you want to have a cookie, you have one cookie. Don't eat the whole bag.
I think the problem with people, I think where people struggle is they're either all in or they're all out.
Yeah.
Because what happens is when they do have that one thing, it like unlocks this door of I suck and I'm already off progress, so I'm just going to binge now and then I'll get it back together tomorrow. Mm-hmm. When in reality, you just have to practice what it means to be, like you have to understand yourself and give yourself patience and the opportunity to enjoy and indulge every once in a while, because that's life.
Right.
And then after you're done indulging, to now tell yourself that you're done. Mm-hmm. And this is something I've struggled with, so I feel like I can speak on this a lot because I've done the binging and the purging, and I've done the restricting and the cheat days and the cheat meals and the fucking cheat weeks and I've done all of it, and none of it's sustainable and none of it's good for your brain. Mm-hmm. Like, it fucks with your head so hard. So really what you need to do, if you're like me, is you need to realize, like for me, if I'm going to have a cheat anything, I don't call it a cheat thing. I'm just like, today I'm going to, at the end of my day, I'm going to have this bag of popcorn.
Yep.
I do not purchase a big bag of popcorn because I don't just stop eating the thing. I eat the whole thing because that's how I am.
Yep.
I go fucking hard. So I get the little individual bags of popcorn and I eat the whole thing, and then I feel good about it. Mm-hmm. And then I can stop because my brain for some reason has to finish the thing that I start. So if I get candy, I get a little bag and I eat the whole thing, and I don't feel bad about it because the worst thing is if you say I'm going to have a little cheat something, and then you don't stop yourself and you eat the rest of it, and then you feel guilty, and then you start binging, and then you go in a cycle. So it's like, just tell yourself, I'm going to eat this whole fucking bag, and then eat the whole bag because you know that you're going to eat the whole bag, and then be done.
Yeah, I think that's like the worst part about the whole like cheat thing too, is that if you're in that weird mindset where you consider like bad foods cheat, whatever, like a piece of cake or a cupcake or like, you know, sour candies, like you love sour candies. It's like if you're in the headspace that those types of things are cheating, then you're under the perception that what you're eating is bad, and then it just makes you feel guilty and makes everything worse. So it's kind of like,
not even bad. It gives you a perception that you're cheating. Like you're cheating yourself, and then
just enjoy it. You know, it's like if you put yourself in the headspace where like, you know, you get yourself under control, and then you can have it, like she's saying, like have the whole bag of whatever it is that you're eating, or have that piece of cake. As long as you know that you're relatively eating healthy all day long and you're just going to get back on track, then you don't have to feel bad about it at all. You know?
Right. Well, I think
you
that's
can eat something sweet or something sour or whatever you want every single day. And as long as you're on your shit and, you know, you're taking care of yourself and you've learned how you act with those foods, don't call them cheating. Don't call them bad, because then that just puts you in a headspace where you feel like you're doing something wrong.
Well, that's where the binging starts, is it's fueled by disappointment in yourself.
Right.
And so you're
like, fuck it. And then you
say everything. You're going to do something that you know you're not going to do, which is, I'm going to stop eating after I have one little cupcake. It's like, if you know that you're going to eat one of those teeny little things, and you're going to look at the other ones, and you're going to say, bitch, and you're going to eat them, you should just tell yourself, I'm going to eat the pack of these cupcakes, and then I'm going to be done.
Right.
and you have to just understand that, because then when you are done, you're not disappointing yourself. You ate them. You're done. It's a lot easier to be done and then go about your day after that. And plan ahead so you don't get the huge ass thing of whatever you want to eat.
Yeah,
you get a smaller serving of whatever you want to eat.
Totally. Yeah, you're definitely different than me in that regard.
You can just stop.
I can eat it, but I could just stop if I want.
I cannot. I am like all in, because I do that with everything in my life. I go fucking hard.
Yeah,
everything I do, including eating.
We'll like go to the grocery store, like we'll be going somewhere like the beach or something, and she'll be in my car, and we'll get those like the Quaker cheddar like ones.
I'll eat the whole thing.
Oh my god, she'll open them as soon as we get step foot in the car.
Yeah.
As
I'll eat the
soon
whole
as we
thing.
get in the car, she'll crack them open. And I'm like, fuck. So we both start eating. By the time we get back to the house, the whole bag's fucking gone.
It's gone. And it's because I'm literally fucking psychotic in that regard. I just have to, like, it's in front. It's like there's this. I think it's fueled by like me just constantly being anxious and feeling like I have to do something. I have to be doing something. So if there's food in front of me, it's like I have to be eating it. I have to eat it. I have to right now. Like it's like right now, urgent. Go
as
right
soon as
now.
she comes to my house, like the very first thing that you do is you like go get some sour strips because she knows they're gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
Like as soon as she walks in my house, she goes into the little pantry cupboard
Yep.
that I have and grabs some sour strips.
Yep.
Shout out to sour strips.
Wow.
God, I can't fucking talk today or ever.
I have gotten actually a lot better in terms of like I was talking about my New Year's resolutions, and I was like I want to have a better relationship with food, and I've gotten a lot better where I'll have some shit and then I'll be like I'm done, and then I'll be done. There are things though that I have to do or else I won't be done, which is like I'll eat something, I'll go on a walk, and then my mind is off of the food. Like it's like it's getting rid of the loop. It's like breaking the loop. Or I'll stop and then I'll have tea. Or I'll stop and I'll have
oh god.
It's just that's just what I have to do because it will break the loop. You have to like break the loop. So all of you people who are like me, who do the freaking cheat days, cheat everything, whoa, I can't talk now. Oh my God. What's happening to us? The binge and purge.
The bird, the poop, the bees.
You're fucked up. You're fucked up. If you're fucked up like me.
Fucked up.
If you're fucked up like
you
me.
came to the right place.
You've come to the right place. I'll help you. Okay? Eat the thing and make sure you get something that's not huge. Get a smaller thing of the thing and eat all of it. And then be done and move on with your life. Okay? Drink some tea and shut up. Bye.
Next question.
I have one.
What?
How to best track progress.
Oh.
Write that shit down.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to weights,
pictures and videos are dope.
Aesthetically speaking,
and form
on behalf of people. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay.
And form.
So lifting progress. Write the shit down. How many sets? How many reps? All of it. Mm-hmm. Then you can take videos of you doing the exercise.
Yep.
Track your form. Is your form improving? So maybe your reps
or
look the same. Right.
Yeah.
In terms of tracking your progress aesthetically,
pictures,
in bodies, pictures, weight on the scale is it's not great because especially if you're doing some sort of body recomp, which is you're trying to build muscle and lose fat, it's just not great. What's another good way? Skin calibers.
Oh yeah.
You can do like hydrostatic weighing and DEXA scan. That shit's freaking.
I don't really think there's anything else.
You can do VO2 max testing.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
ATLT testing. ATLT testing for endurance people. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's a boring answer, but that's how you track progress. It's data, bitches.
Yeah, it's all data.
Data.
But honestly, like, there's no better thing than, like, making sure, like, when you know that you're sucking, even though it sounds bad, when you know that you're sucking or you know that you're at your worst and you know you don't feel good, that's the perfect time to take a progress picture, photo, whatever, because in the months to come or the weeks to come, when you do feel really good and you do take a bomb picture or video of yourself, you're like, oh shit, I got that, or I did that lift or whatever, like, and being able to see how much more efficient you were or whatever it is, like, you don't want to ever sleep on taking pictures of videos of yourself. Even though, like, a lot of people are so cringy about, like, setting their phone up on a water bottle, like, taking a video. Can you take a picture of me? Do it. Because you're going to be really proud of yourself.
Do it, but don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah, don't be an asshole about it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Does the devil's lettuce have an impact on heart rate training? On heart rate during training?
Yeah, I think so. Increase your heart rate.
Yeah, 100%.
The devil's lettuce is weed.
Thank you.
I don't
Everybody that didn't know.
I don't do the weeds and work out because I legit never smoke anymore. And the only times I really ever smoke weed is if I have to chill the frick out because I cannot sleep because I'm freaking. Oh, the camera died.
Fuckeroni.
We'll just finish. See you soon. We'll keep going.
Yeah,
you want to try to start it? We'll just keep going.
Yeah, well, I have like 2 questions left. Do you want to
let's keep going.
All right, we're just going to keep going. Sorry, guys. The camera fucking died.
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I don't ever really smoke anymore unless I'm in severe pain because of my rib, my neck, or I have to sleep. But I do know that if you get really high, like super duper high, your heart rate will be going through the roof. I'll be sitting down. It'll be like 120. So, yes, it does affect your heart rate during training.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to be controlled. All right, you got another one?
No, I'm done.
Okay, I have one more fun one. This was a short one. I still have more questions, but we'll save them for a different Q&A since our fucking camera died. God damn. All right. It says, if invisibility were real, is it just to the naked eye, or could you see them with infrared, heat, night vision, etc.?
What?
Do you want me to read it again? If invisibility was real, is it just to the naked eye? Meaning, like, could you literally not be able to see anybody, period?
Or could you see them under infrared?
Could you be able to see them under infrared, heat, or night vision, etc.? Huh. Oh, we have to do this one too, maybe, I think.
I think that if you have a superpower of being invisible, you should be able to be invisible under any and all circumstances.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be invisible, you gotta be fucking invisible.
Like, nothing's gonna pick it up under radar.
Yeah, I agree.
Otherwise, it's a shit-ass superpower.
I agree.
Which I think, actually, invisibility is a terrible superpower, regardless.
Facts. I have a good one that we can kind of end on.
Okay.
Okay. It says, what is your favorite and worst Flocker/BJJ memory to date? Oh. All right, let's do our worst ones first. My worst one was when I was at the top of Montana. I'll never forget. I was halfway up one of the worst hill that there was in Montana. And I will never forget, I literally felt how white I was in my face. And it was half snowing, half raining. And I turned around and there was like 1,000 people underneath of me. And all I could think about was how I was going to vomit all over them. And I literally had to climb like an extra fucking 500 feet, and as soon as I got to the top of the mountain, I was nonstop vomiting off the top of the mountain in Montana. That was the worst thing ever. I felt like the worst coach. I felt like the worst athlete. I was like, my life is over. Fuck this sport. What am I doing? And then I felt great afterwards.
I love how you're looking at the camera as if it's still on.
Sorry. But if you were in Montana, sorry, like hardcore RIP to me, but that was definitely my worst. I've never had... let me rephrase that. I've never had more unfun in my life. I've never had the worst experience like that in my life. It was so unfun. It was just not fun.
You've never had a more miserable experience in your life.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I haven't had I haven't had too many like miserable experience. I've had a lot of like tough training practices where the thing about jiu-jitsu is you'll just have a training session where it's like everyone smashes you and you can't think at all, and like your cardio sucks and it just like nothing's going right. Like you can't think fast enough. Everyone you fucking sparred with is 50 pounds heavier than you, and they feel 100 pounds heavier than you when they are inside control or the mount or whatever, and my ribs flaring up, and like I'm on my period and everything hurts and I can't breathe. Like that's the worst. I think the worst memory I've had in jiu-jitsu was the feeling that I felt right before I went on the mats to fight in my first competition ever.
Cool.
It was just like everything in my body was telling me to run the fuck away. Like everything in my body was like, you need to go and get out of this situation right now, because my fight or flight was going crazy. And then the second worst was when I had my first panic attack in jiu-jitsu ever, because I kind of struggled with like claustrophobia. Oh yeah. Not during my competition. It was during sparring. And I was in this really, really bad scarf hold position. If people in jiu-jitsu, they know what I'm talking about, like a really bad side control too, but the the hand is around their arm is around my neck, not under my arm. So basically the position, for those that don't know, I'm laying on my back, stuck. Somebody has my arm and is holding it. Their whole chest, their whole back and shoulder is sitting on my chest, pinning me down. And their other arm is around my neck. So their whole chest and neck and head is like in my chest and neck and head.
Ooh. And
pinning me to the floor. And I'm just laying there, basically stuck. My legs can flail around, but like you're stuck. Especially this guy in particular was heavier and has he is a notoriously very good scarf hold, and it's very hard to get out of it. And I was already really tired that day, and my rib was kind of flaring up, and the way his head was pressuring my head and me trying to get out, I was obviously expending a lot of energy trying to escape the position in this guy who's very good at holding the position. And his head was like on my face. So I couldn't really breathe very well. And his arm was also his arm was tugging around my face. So I lost the ability to breathe through my nose, which is how I breathe. Right. Through my nose. Right. And when you're breathing through your mouth and you're really out of breath, you start to hyperventilate. Yeah. And so you go into panic mode. So I've got this, I'm pinned down, I can't get out, and I'm now hyperventilating. And so I tapped, and it was really honestly quite embarrassing because I was like, you think you're going to die, on a physiological level. I knew I wasn't going to die, but your body is telling you you're dying, so you need to get out. And so tears are running down my face, and I'm tapping, I'm getting out. He didn't choke me. It was just like I hyperventilated. I fully had a panic attack. And I'm like, and I couldn't breathe. And tears are streaming down my face, and I'm trying to hold my chest, and I'm bent over, fully bent over, and the poor guy's like, "Are you okay? I'm so sorry," whatever, and the whole room stops rolling and gets fucking cold, dead silent. I couldn't see, I literally went blind for a second. I could not see. Out? I just everything got black, I couldn't see. Yeah. And I think it was because I was just freaking out, hyperventilating, because I didn't feel like I was gonna pass out. I just could not see, and the instructor Shane comes over, and he's thinking that I'm about to pass out. So he's trying to hold my legs over my head. I was like, and I'm bent over, keeled over, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. No, dude. And then there's tears going down my face. Everybody's staring at me like, oh, this bitch. Cause I never, I am I don't cry. I don't. Yeah. You can beat the shit out of me. It's I'll go cry in the bathroom. I'm good. Nobody's ever seen me so they're oh shit, she's bad. She's really fucked up. Shit's really bad. And Abigail's actually is fucked up. And yeah, the poor guy's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No, it's you." I can't even talk. So I'm like, "It's not you. It's me." And Shane looks at me. He's like, "You're gonna sit out this next round." I was like, "No, I'm fine." Yeah. So and he was like, "Abigail, you're sitting out." And I start catching my breath, and I was like, I'm good. I'm not sitting out. And
it instantly gets mad.
And I started getting pissed because I'm like, fuck these guys. They think I can't fucking handle my shit. Yeah. And he's like, no, seriously, no one's rolling with you this round. And so I'm such a bitch. I take a bag to drill on, and I throw it on the ground. And for the next 5 minutes, I fucking do bag drills.
Do it by yourself? Oh my God, you so would.
And he looked at me and he was like, you're an idiot.
You're literally fucking psychotic.
And I was like, fuck you. And he was trying to look out for me, but
oh my God.
Yeah. So
okay. So what was it? Oh, favorite and worst.
Oh, favorite.
So
God, we just got through worst.
What's my favorite?
My favorite jiu-jitsu experience was probably going to Brazil.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
Training in Brazil was really cool. I also winning first place at my first competition feels pretty good. Yeah. Just being able to face my fear felt pretty good. Mm-hmm. That was probably those.
I wonder, specific memory. I feel like recently, maybe it's just because, I just feel like our team has gotten very tight knit, since we've started this at the beginning. At the beginning, we were all kind of on our own paths, and Barry and I were really trying to allow everybody to grow within the community, kind of themselves. And we had weekend runs that we were doing. And now that we've been going away on all these trips, everybody's gotten to know each other. So everybody starts to take care of each other and know when things are wrong, and so it's kind of nice to see everybody grow. I think the last race that we had, even in Central Florida, was just a shit ton of fun because there was literally so many of us there. And that was actually a lot of fun. That's probably I would say that's my favorite memory. We ran the Trifecta Series in Central Florida. It was the last race of the year. So we ran the Beast, we ran the Super, and then every single one of us ran the Sprint together. And we didn't run. We walked. It literally took us longer than the fucking Super, but we walked it. We did all the obstacles together. We were shooting the shit with each other. And then we just like hung out all day. And it was almost the entire Flocker squad. It was fucking awesome.
So that was your favorite?
I would say so. Because it was the one time, like, it was like the best closeout of the year. You know, like we were all doing the same thing. We were all in the race. We never get to have a race where we're all on the course together. We're all just like barely making it to see each other do each event. You know, we're all running after each other basically.
And your mom was there.
And my mom
your
was
mom
there.
did it. So I think that's...
Yeah, my mom was there and she did it. Mac and Rich went fucking chasing hogs in the middle of the woods. We got fucked up around a bonfire. It was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That or I can't even, probably getting my blue belt was also one of my best memories. Oh yeah. That was, I mean, it was like really, really a great feeling, and then all of a sudden like dread. Because I was like, fuck. It gets so much worse. The
responsibility.
It gets so much worse after this.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's going to try and beat my ass.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you're a blue belt? Yeah. I don't think so. And then they fucking go hard on you. And then all the purple belts are like, just so you know,
who's this bitch?
I'm still going to put you in your place. Yeah, and then all the blue belts who've been blue belts for a while are also like, yeah, I'm still going to beat your ass. And so everyone's trying to beat my ass.
You're going to hold your own this year, though. You're going to do good. I see it. If you can just get your shit together and stop getting injured.
Shut up.
All right, well, the rest of the questions are kind of fun, but I'm going to save them for next time since we have no fucking camera space. How about that?
How about that?
Okay, word. Hello?